Hello, Scorpio. My name is Kristen, and this is Home of the Houses. Welcome home, Scorpio. If at any point in this video you feel connected to me and would like to become a client of mine, you can do so by joining this link here and also in the bio. As a healer, I welcome you. Now, with all that being said, let's get into this. Hello, Scorpio. So, things have been quite complicated. When Capricorn ventured out of Pluto and entered into Aquarius during the 8th year, which is the year of karma, usually associate yourself with 8, but actually in numerology, Capricorn is the one who's associated with 8, which is why it represents so much karma. It's because it's ruled by Saturn. This on and off, back and forth experience that you had last year was quite interesting, Scorpio. Pluto Pluto transitioned into Aquarius the beginning of last year. And you immediately went through the shift. You immediately started to go through the transformation of Pluto being in a fixed energy. Then when Pluto ventured into Capricorn, which was September of last year, which is what is leading me into talking about the full moon in Virgo, because at that same time when Capricorn transitioned into Pluto, Virgo also entered into its new moon, which then had you thinking about what it is that you want to have for yourself, especially when it came to your social circles, your social networks, work environments. Who is it that you wanted to have around you, and why did you want to have them around you? How you wanted to communicate yourself, especially when it comes to things like social media and social identity. Your network has been up for debate. Who you have around you, your circle, or again, what is going on in your industry in general. Scorpio, you need to change, okay? And you've been needing to change for a while. You're going through inevitable change because of Pluto being back in Aquarius. Here we are in 2025, and we're now in the year of the 9. So the karma that you experienced last year was obviously a result of the year of the 8, along with these transitional energies. And this beginning moment in September of saying, I want to, let's say, heal my algorithm. I want to ensure that who it is that is around me is beneficial, and that I can control it, and that I understand it. But many things could have been revealed to you that were quite painful and or difficult when it came to you navigating your social life. And this is still going on when it comes to this year. Scorpio, let's say your circle or your environment is being transformed. It's being transformed, and it has to be transformed, and there isn't much you can do about that. You know, it's whatever's being revealed to you about the people that you once trusted, the environments that you once felt safe in. You're being forced out by purpose, by design, so that you can do things more authentically and frankly better for yourself. You let go of this desire to try to control the process, because actually the process is here to help you. You needed to get an understanding of who it is that was around you, and who they really are, and how they really serve you, and what it is that you can do now that you're in the middle of it. Now you can release it in that way. This Virgo full moon is ending this chapter tied to the things that were revealed to you September of last year, and have continued to be revealed to you as you continue to go through this process of social change, just literally down to the way you communicate and the way people are communicating back with you. You continue to transform, and things are just different than they were, and they continue to be that way. But this brings about an end to that relationship in specific. All that could have been let's say, understood, has been understood when it comes to the way that your network, your previous social environment is now seeing you and how you are seeing yourself in it. Let's just say that. All right. Hi, Scorpio. Hi, Scorpio. So here we are for the remainder of your March video. Your March, for the remainder of March for you, Scorpio. And I see here that you need to put a burden down, Scorpio. You need to put a burden down. You need to step out of a space of apathy. You need to step out of a space of emotional stillness. And there's a lot happening when it comes to strengthening yourself. This is more the thing that is already taking place, Scorpio. You are finally putting the burden down. You are finally stepping out of this hollow, standstill, emotional space. The thing about you, Scorpios, when you allow yourself to sit in the Four of Cups energy, it's not pretty. You can stay there for a very long time and find home there. And it's important to allow yourself to step out. I think Pisces energy and all the stuff that has been happening with Pisces has caused you to awaken to your emotions, usually when you allow yourself to be in your emotional body versus when you're pushing them away and trying to be very strong. But this has put you in a watery space. And I think a lot of this being able to put the burden down is this fire energy that is coming in when it comes to Aries, kind of pushing you out, which is nice. You're going to find your strength in the remainder of March. And that strength is going to say, I'm no longer sitting in this space of longing. I'm no longer sitting in this space of apathy. I'm no longer sitting in this space of still water. And I'm now putting this burden down. And a lot of this is because you're realizing that there's a new thing on the horizon. But in the other side, it's stepping you out of an old karmic cycle. So you're breaking out of a karmic cycle and opening up to new possibilities, opening up to a new narrative. Let's just say that. And for some of you, this feels quite romantic, I would say. Maybe stepping out of the stillness of maybe like a dormant love life or things not being necessarily in movement, and now you're realizing that there is something flourishing, there is something growing here, and it's getting you out of a karmic space. You want to put the burden down of the old story replaying itself over and over again, and you want things to move on, you want things to move forward instead of this space of like indecision and not knowing what it is to do. You're standing firm and you're standing strong as you find a new loophole from something that has been a turning wheel. When we look at your shadow, Scorpio, we've got the Three of Cups with the Four of Pentacles. So what it is that you fear is kind of the drama that's happening around you. The drama happening in terms of other people, your relationships to other people. Some of you, again, especially for love, I keep leaning toward that. It can be fear of a third-party situation, fears of what's going on in terms of third-party situations. But nonetheless, this is like a fear of things happening socially that are not in your comfort zone, things that are happening around you socially that make you feel uneasy. And also this Four of Pentacles energy, it's like fear of who's holding back from you, like as if you're not going to have full access to what it is that you desire to have access to, as if that treasure chest is closed to you, Scorpio. In terms of your advice, but before we step out of that, what I like about this is everything here is minors when it comes to your shadow. The major is in your subject. So that lets me know the power for you for the remainder of March is about how you are exactly that, powering through, using your strength, using your resolve to get yourself to the end of the month. You're going to be feeling more empowered, stepping out of old karmic cycles and blossoming into new beginnings. Fresh new beginnings, not so intense, but just the light kind of subtly coming out that says, you know what, I'm putting this down. I'm stepping out of this space of indecision. I'm stepping out of this space of apathy and I'm powering through. And I like that. And what it is that you fear is not nearly as heavy as what it is that you are doing. So your fears for the remainder of March aren't so heavy. It's kind of like, maybe people are kind of creating drama around you, maybe you're a little bit worried about what it is that you can receive or what it is that you can get. Some financial worries as well, but it's not too heavy. In terms of your advice, we've got you needing to listen for the truth and trusting yourself. I mention all the time that this inner trust for me is more of an eerie trust yourself. It's trusting in your intuition even when you feel like you shouldn't. You need to quiet things down, Scorpio, and really understand what it is that is going on around you and what's happening around you. Trust in yourself when it comes to getting yourself out of this space of burden, out of this karmic cycle, out of this back and forth, out of this turnaround, and into a space that is more stable for yourself. Open your ears, Scorpio. You already know what to do when it comes to your instincts. You know what to do when it comes to your intuition. You have full faith in it, and you know how to trust in it. You know how to read between the lines, understand what it is that people are saying even when they're not saying it, what it is that they're feeling even when they're not admitting that they're feeling it. This is good for you to really assess and understand, stepping into your investigative spaces to really understand and listen to what's going on around you so that you can realize what wands are meant for you to hold and what wands are not. Okay? In the healing points, we've got 2 fire energies, which I love. Both of them are Queen of Wands energies. And so we're thinking about the fact that we're moving into an Aries energy at the end of March. And that Aries energy, you know, the birth through fire, right? Bringing this fire that puts you into a space of empowerment. It is time to let go of what has been. Very big when it comes to karmic energies, okay? It's time to let go of what has been, Scorpio. You are swiftly outgrowing your past. Explore and commit to a spiritual practice that supports your personal transformation so that you can cross the threshold before you now. Embrace your freedom to be creative in your approach rather than doggedly committing yourself to your previous plans or ideas. You have the spiritual intelligence necessary to evolve. This is very big for you, Scorpio, because you can have a thing, again, the 4 of Cups, right? For a while, you have been fixed. Being fixed is your natural way. It's who you are. But that fixedness can create still water, right? Like we said, apathy, indecision, in movement, bursting out of that. It's stepping out of that, having the power to prevail through it. Continue your healing journey. Committing yourself to previous ideas or plans. You have the spiritual intelligence necessary to evolve. Continue your healing journey with trust that a positive outcome is imminent. Okay, and we're going to bring it back down to the sun. More fire. You have what it takes. Simple. You are a light bearer. Within you is a healing power and spiritual wisdom. You can tap into to find your way through any confusion or doubt. Have confidence in yourself and know you are enough. Expect an affirming yes from the universe. Very simple, Scorpio. What I love about these energies is the healing points are very powerful. They're very beautiful. It's marries really well with what's going on with this strength energy for you. This is all Leo energy, okay? This is all beautiful fire energy. And Leo is great because when Leo steps into your life, Scorpio, Leo reminds you of the possibilities. Leo reminds you that blind faith, personal empowerment, and having strength from deep within can get you very far. Because a lot of the time with you guys' emotions, you can wrap this hard shell around yourself to hide the sensitivity that sits within, you know, the tough exterior. And Scorpio, it's going deeper in terms of finding the strength within you that doesn't come from the external. It comes from within, and using that to prevail you through just really just burning everything, burning the past, burning what has been, burning the space of standing still, burning this indecision, letting these wands go, letting this burden go, and letting in new things, letting in something new. It doesn't matter what anybody else around you has to say. It doesn't matter what your old life has to say. The financial issues that you're worried about, just it's not about focusing on the scarcity or what you will lose. In this case, it's saying, I want something new. I want to power through and prevail through to get out of karmic cycles. Okay. I want to put this down. And you do so when you trust yourself in this process, but also see how the ways in which you've been standing in your own way are in your own head. Like really listen to what it is that people are saying around you. Really understand what's going on around you. And you'll be able to see how it's all in your head. You know, nothing is worth holding on to. None of these things are worth holding on to. Let it go, right? Just a lot of passion, a lot of fire. I love this because, again, we're stepping into a fire energy. Aries season, the spring equinox is coming in strong for you, Scorpio, and it wants to take you out of winter. At the bottom of the healing point decks, we have these two beautiful energies that are all about gentility. These fire elements are spaces that you're comfortable in, Scorpio, because one thing you like is power. To whereas these two energies, the overarching energies, are all about understanding your gentleness, that you can be protected through your gentleness. You will not be bullied or taken advantage of through your gentleness, okay? So what I love about this energy is it's contradictory. That Deer of Delta card is an earth energy, so it's a grounded energy. So your advice here, the healing point is you heal through fire, but the overarching energy is earth. So that means like a lava experience, you're creating new ground for yourself where you can be vulnerable. You can be who you really are. You can be true to your natural energy, to your authentic energy, Scorpio. And it's interesting because that is what it is that you're powering through. It feels as if though you've kept yourself stuck to an old identity. You've kept yourself stuck to an old way that maybe, again, misaligned relationships and misaligned situations, fears of instability, kept you in a space where you were burdened, kept you in a space where you were kind of stuck. All your decisions were being made from this space, and it's finally letting go and releasing all of that, letting in something new. And again, birth through this very positive, confident fire. And when you do that, you're stepping into a new reality that allows your sweet vulnerability to be said or to be had, and you can be your true authentic self. This the self inside of you that you don't always like to show, right? The protective shell covers this. But when you find real, let's say, happiness, it's when that gentleness can live, it can breathe, it can be itself in that way. You're finally, and for simple terms, this could be a lot of you letting go of the old baggage of other people, of, again, an old paradigm that's kept you stuck, or an old person. So at the bottom of the clarity deck, we've got the chaser with unconditional love, but the chaser feels stronger for me. So again, codependent relationships, who you are overly attached to, who you've been chasing, who you've been following behind, what you've been trying to hold on to. Scorpio, let go of your old life. Let go of the old story. Let it go. And I promise you, when we look at this energy going on for March, you're going to get the clarity that you need. When you open your ears and trust yourself, you're going to get the confirmation that you need to let you know, hey, it's time to let go. It's time to let go. There's so much more to be had now. There is such a brighter future to be had now. Burn it. Okay? At the bottom of the tarot deck, we've got the Eight of Pentacles along with the Page of Pentacles, the Age of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is sitting in reverse and the Page of Pentacles is upright. So again, it's like with the Eight of Pentacles being in reverse as the overarching energy, it's like there's something about you breaking down this month, breaking down from keeping your head down, keeping so like steadfast and focused and, like lower energy and what is it that you can do and how you just need to kind of stay in this situation, or again, worried about what's going on with your finances. Like there's something about like keeping your head down and powering through and not being able to really experience what it is that you want, right? It's letting that go. It's releasing that. It's releasing this idea that life has to be that way, right? At the bottom of the advice deck, we've got faith in the process will follow your own rhythm. Again, Scorpio, I love this energy because there's something about you becoming more truthful and vulnerable in you and having the strength to do that because you're letting go of the things that kept you burdened to whatever old identity you are holding so tightly to. And at the bottom of the shadow deck, we have what it is that you fear. It came in as the Four of Wands. And again, the Four of Wands, a lot of this could be your old life, your old community, your old environment, your old neighborhood, your own family. Let it go. Okay? Let it go. So Scorpio, we have what it is that you need to be thinking, feeling, doing, being. Scorpio thinking. There you are. Feeling. Okay. Doing. Being. Wow. Okay. So we've got two majors here. And we found you at the bottom of the deck, Scorpio. Or I'm sorry, at the top of the deck. And also what we see at the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Wands with the Two of Wands. So we see more of this fire energy. Queen of Wands again with this Leo energy. So Scorpio, what is it you need to be thinking? We've got you. Like I said, with the death card. So you're comfortable in death. You're comfortable in this space of rebirth. You're comfortable in this darkness. So what it is that needs to be on your mind is the thing you know best, which is transformation. But Scorpio, you can get so fixed and you can get so stuck and you can get so stationary. It's time to transform. The thing that needs to be on your mind is change. I want great change. I want huge, big rebirth, transformational change. And that's what needs to be on your head, that anything that dies, anything that gets let go of is leaving room for something new, is leaving room for a new birth, new growth, new situation. What it is that you need to be feeling is the Ten of Swords. So kind of like what I was saying before, Scorpio, it feels like what it is that you guys have been carrying is I don't see major swords in the subject, but kind of like what we saw with Leo, funny enough, is there's something that's been ongoing. There's some kind of pain that's been ongoing. And you, at this month, you finally want to put it down. You finally want to let it go. You finally want to detach yourself. And so this is you sitting in the space of the Ten of Swords and understanding, hey, I feel it. I understand it. But no more, right? The beautiful thing about the Ten of Swords is it's the healer, because it says, Scorpio, do you want to continue suffering? Remember, pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. Do you want to continue suffering here, or do you want to let go, right? Do you want enough is enough? I want to transform this, right? What is it you need to be doing is the lovely Queen of Pentacles. I love the Queen of Pentacles. It's a Capricorn energy. The Queen of Pentacles, especially when it comes to healing, is one of my favorites because she is the witch, right? She is the archetypal pagan. She is the witch mother. And the Queen of Pentacles, Capricorn energy, knows how to heal through the merger of earth and water. Right? Self-care being the biggest practice here, not being afraid of the herbs and practicing witch doctor energy. So Scorpio, you need to be focused on your self-worth. What is it that you will do to heal your self-worth? Big self-care, okay? Throughout the month of March, for the remainder of March, taking care of yourself, pampering yourself, honoring yourself, buying things for yourself. Be in this awareness of your self-worth. You deserve to be the Queen of Pentacles. And again, this is not a gendered energy. The Queen of Pentacles is the master of self-care. The Queen of Pentacles knows her worth. She knows her value, and she's not afraid to splurge and spend on it. She heals through self-care. She doesn't just act, Scorpio. It's important for you you're sitting with this 10 swords in your heart in terms of what it is that you need to feel. Your mind is focused on the fact that you're tired of feeling this pain. You're tired of carrying this burden. So let it go. And you let go by healing yourself, by pampering yourself through your sense of self-worth, self-nurture. Okay? You need to be focused on self-nurture. Who is it that you need to be is the Justice card. And this is interesting because this is your other major. So we've got two majors here. We've got you in the mind, right? And the Justice in the body. So when we're talking about the Justice card, I would say the biggest thing for you, Scorpio, is look at yourself and master your own karma. How about you say to yourself, I deserve a positive outcome. I deserve all that I invested in the past. You know what? This relationship does not serve me. This crowd of people doesn't serve me. This old environment does not serve me. Okay? And I deserve more, let's say, right? The thing about Aquarius, Scorpio, is I'm pretty sure Aquarius is your fourth house, represents your fourth house. And hold on, Aquarius, Capricorn. Yeah, Aquarius represents your fourth house, Scorpio. And Aquarius is now in Pluto. And you have already begun your journey of your Pluto transformation. All eyes are on you and the other fixed signs when Aquarius is in Pluto. And with Aquarius, like I said, your fourth house activation, this is all about your identity, Scorpio. This is about who you are. So Aquarius for the next 20 or so years is going to be powering you through your identity. So a lot of this is like a lot of the burden is some of you could be talking about cultural attachments, familial attachments, old marriages. It is time to let go and understand what it is that you deserve based on who it is that you actually want to be. Right? The old karma is the old homes, right? The old spaces, the old commitments that you previously bound yourself to or contracted yourself to that are showing you that they are just burdens. And at this point, you want to let those burdens go and you want to power through them, right? Like we keep saying, birth through fire, the desire to transform, be in your natural state of transformation, self-pamper, self-care, know your worth, and believe, be the person that understands that, hey, I'm going to give so that I can receive. I am the master of karma. I do think of the fairness and the justice of my own personal experiences in that way. And also, Scorpio, when you become an overgiver, a lot of it is because you're not thinking about your own fairness. You're not thinking about balanced scales. You can be the kind of person that when you do not want to give to someone, you give nothing at all. But when you decide to give, you give too much, right? Finding balance in the scales, finding balance with overgiving to, let's say, family. I'm going to root this in family because it feels more like familiar. Again, it could be marriages and things for some of you. But it's like finding that balance within yourself, you governing the scales. Okay. So that's what I have for you, Scorpio. Actually, I'm going to pull one more card. Hold on. All right, knowledge is what found you, Scorpio, and underneath that was duality, understanding the two sides of people. And I don't think that that pushed itself out underneath this card for no reason, especially because when we're talking about duality tied to the justice, okay? Knowledge. Without knowledge, you cannot get a good job or develop a career, learn and develop. So in very simple terms, Scorpio, it's time for you to expand what it is that you think you know about yourself. Okay, expand what it is that you think you know about the possibilities of who it is that you can be and where it is that you can go with yourself. Get out of the old karma. And for many of you, this can be learning about the people around you and their truth. Remember, listening for the truth. Things can be revealed or going to be revealed to you about what it is that you can do, again, about the people around you and the truth about how to navigate situations. There are two sides to everyone, okay? Through these truths, you will find liberation and you will be able to govern who's deserving of your energy and who is not. All right, Scorpio, so that's what I have for you. I love you. Ciao.